Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, Felix, the human bard, Doran, the Ganassi fighter, and Theo, the Satyr ranger. With revelations, a bit of light shed on our heroes' past, they now must look towards their future. The city of Covenheim awaits them, but before that, they must plan, recover, and decompress from the vast series of revelations they've encountered over their many months' journey. What awaits our heroes this week on Dances with Dice?
Head back to Talinan Fortress first, and then on to Harlan and Bean. Talinan Fortress's stop off was really only if you had anything to deal with. And then you obviously were here, I guess, to have any final discussions you might need to. Was there anything you wanted to discuss with Dashgaram before your departure?
I think it was
maybe
telling him about the weird, fucked up dragons.
Fake dragons.
Yes, Dragon
Yeah.
Draconic Homunculi, the worst part of Full Metal Alchemist.
Weird shit.
Did you see they're making a figurine of,
Oh my god, Morgan.
of the girl that gets turned into the dog? Full
No!
Metal.
No!
Lock it
Illegal.
in. Lock it in.
Lock it in!
I will say
That's awful,
Dashgaram is sitting there. He's kind of got Nori seated next to him. I think something you will all have noticed at this point is that as you all level up and become stronger within the world, Nori has actually grown a bit. She's now out of that like toddler to 5-year-old range. She's now more like 8 to 10 years old in her range. And she's sitting there still finishing up her food and things. And as I think like Dashgaram is like sort of like he's like relaxed, sort of like sitting there. It's like okay, like very much a sort of feeling of just like okay, like there's a plan in place, sort of like they hit us, we hit back. Maybe things are like things are going to possibly work out given the circumstances. And then you mention kind of casually, it's just like I want to almost say like Nori almost mentions casually, it's just like yeah. And then there were those like weird fake dragons with Theo's mom's real dragon. And then as soon as like
cosplay dragons.
As soon as the word like fake dragon exits her lips, you like hear like the screech of a fork across a plate as Dashgaram is just like I'm sorry, dear. Did you say fake dragons? And like his eyes like start like slowly turning towards the rest of you.
Doran picks up his food and he's like, I'm gonna, it seemed really nice. I'm gonna go eat outside. Like, it's a really nice day.
Doran's like, I've seen this show before and I didn't like it the first time. And Doran's like, yeah, like, like how you and me, and Theo's mom's dragon, like we've got like, the magic inside us and stuff like that. And like that's how we do our thing. And like Dashgaram nods sagely, and he's like, "Well," and she's about to say Auntie Theo, what are the aunties' names?
Beatrix and what did I name the other one? Anna.
It's like, what did I name my own sister? Oh
What
no!
did I name my own fucking sisters?
Damn.
Ooh. One's Beatrix and the other one is Annabelle.
It's like, okay.
My sister's Beatrix and Annabelle.
And then like Dashgaram is like, oh good, sisters. Yes, Nori. I was like, yeah, Auntie Beatrix and Auntie Annabelle. There's like you could see like the veins and the pathways and stuff, but like instead of a heart, like instead of the magical heart for a dragon, it was like a big rock, like the big, like the rainbow rock. After Mermera.
They're powered by magic cocaine.
They are powered by magical coke. I hate that this is what this fucking like very powerful spell component has turned into.
You did this. This is your
I know,
doing.
this is entirely my fault. It's entirely
You
my
made
fault.
Bean and you made her snort all that. She didn't have
As
to
soon
snort
as you
it.
made it a powder.
Way to go.
You were
Way to
out.
go
You
past. way to
So
go
much
past
magical
me.
coke.
Way to go
They've
past
got
me.
so much. They've got hearts of magic coke.
It's like, it's the big rock of after Myrmia. And like, that's what makes Dragon go. And Dashgarm's like,
Nori, would you go and play with Doran for a little bit?
oh yeah, he's
Oran's not allowed to be a part of this conversation.
It's like,
thank fucking God.
it's like,
Oh, he was teaching you how to use I think a spear, was it?
here, and he sort of like snaps his fingers, and like a draconic halberd meant to be like fought from like the back of like an ancient dragon appears. Like this is about a 20-foot spear. Here you go, Noi. He's not even paying attention, just drops it into her arm. She's like, oh, it's big. Okay. She's like goes stumbling out, almost like topples over to the side at one point, and then like the doors open, and like outside it's like, hey Doran, look at what I got to play with. And Doran, you see this like 20-foot long halberd just in this tiny dragon child's hands. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here. She like tries running off to like set it up and like do some of the things you taught her. Back inside the Great Hall, it's like,
What the fuck was that?
A man going through it.
You legitimately see Deshgarum sort of just like make that noise, and like a face of just crestfallen like anguish, just like,
I was promised to be the last of my kind.
that was the deal. He starts getting up and starts ranting, and Raven's like, I was promised I was going to be the last of my kind, and you know what, that was something to deal with. All right, you know, it's like being the last of anything, that's a heavy weight and burden that you really have to think about. And you know what? I had a century to do it. I had moved on. I had realized. I had come to the understanding. Doran, you can hear all of this. There is like the doors of like the Great Hall are like a good like 4.5 feet thick. Like these are thick. You can hear every word as you're outside, watching Nori sort of struggle with this big ass spear, and you're just like, I'm just imagining slowly like eating oatmeal, just like.
Thank God I am not. I'm just like, I'm so happy I'm not in there.
You just like pat yourself on the shoulder, just like, way to go, Doran. You're learning. And he's back inside there. It's like,
And I had come to the understanding of that. And then you
looks at just stares at you, Theo.
I had gotten over your mother. I had gotten over all of it. You know, I had come to the realization that, you know what, I was going to die out. The world might end. Some evil dragons might pop back up, but it wasn't going to be my problem. And then you come waltzing back in with that damn face and your damned idealism. And of course it's you. And of course I feel a spark of hope.
And now I finally realize what we're actually fucking dealing with. He just sort of collapses onto the ground, just lays there, like at like the feet of like the grand hall, like sort of table and chair where like the worm speakers would all like the commanding worm speakers would all sit. He's like splayed out in front of this like dusty, half broken table. It's like,
this is the legacy of the worm speakers. This is the reality. They can just make us now. They don't need eggs. They don't need ancient magics. They don't need the ability to actually work within the bounds of nature. No.
Just commentary.
Just a magical little rock full of ancient energy. No one understands what the fuck is going on with it because the gods got pissy that half the family 500 fucking years ago decided, hey, slavery's pretty fucking cool.
I'm gonna clip that.
Is this a commentary on Gen AI?
Surprisingly, no.
He just starts sitting. He's just like sort of sitting there for a moment, like just breathing heavily. It's just like,
Theo goes on.
If it is any consolation, they're not nearly as powerful.
From outside, Doran's just like, slavery's lame.
Yeah, fuck slavery.
Thank you, Doran.
None of my homies like slavery.
He looks at you. He's like,
But it's like with like a mouthful of like muffin. So
worm. Actually, that does make me feel a little bit. So yes, thank you, Theo. Takes a deep breath. Okay. I am going to lock myself in the study for a while and go through all the books that I was told not to read, lest you lose yourself to the dark arts of draconic magic that none should ever wander. Because apparently your mother got into that part of the library, so now I have to go there. Here, he throws a crystal at you, Theo. Automatic starter for the teleportation circle. No, Nori cannot take the giant pike with her, lest she suffer more catastrophic emotional damage at losing an emotional support weapon. If you need me, don't. And he goes walking down the hallway, and you hear several doors slam behind him.
I like to think that if you panned over to Felix during any part of this, he would be like just completely casual, continued eating because his parents should have gotten a divorce, so he's used to arguing during breakfast. So he's just completely like not phased.
Child of divorce.
This is the most normal
not a
breakfast.
child of divorce, child whose parents should have been divorced.
I almost feel like this is the most normal breakfast that Felix has had on this entire journey thus far.
He's like, it's like being home. This is awesome. It's like seeing my parents.
I'll say after you hear like the doors slam a couple of times, like at this point Nori has given up on the spear and it's just like, I think he knew I wasn't gonna be big enough for that. He tricked me.
So.
She walks past you door and pushes the door open. It's just like, Grandpa tricked me. I don't know how to feel about that.
He's going to do that quite often until one starts picking up on it.
She points at you, Theo. I'm gonna get him.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna trick him.
Exactly.
Oh.
You're not killing him, are you?
No, I would never kill.
Get him.
I would never kill Grandpa. That's sad. He can't fly. That wouldn't be fair.
It's not fair. He can't fly.
Doran walks back inside with a toothpick picking his teeth and is just like, so that went about as well as expected.
You know, he didn't break anything.
Fair.
I mean, his head kind of did.
I guess so. I suppose I would be upset by my species being bastardized in that sort of fashion.
Yeah, I don't know what species I am.
Do we know what species you are?
Sorry, what?
He's a half genie.
He's a Ganassi.
So we know what you.
he doesn't like I guess as players we do, but he's just like, I don't know what species I am.
I mean, this is true.
Do we looking at him know which species he is?
I guess.
Because it's making me think of that
There
that
are
video.
a lot of unnatural colors in various races.
Yeah.
But is his
Roll-
hair not doing the cloudy thing?
Roll me
I'm a blue man with hair that kind of blows and that is kind of like wind.
Yeah. I guess
That was
roll
the
me-
other thing. Like, his hair is like the wind, and his skin is blue. I mean, maybe
Am
I
I
just
rolling?
haven't rolling to know what a hair.
I guess roll me a nature check.
This is gonna be
12.
this could be like the bear
he's never really known where he comes from. He's just accepted that that's who and what he is.
I
With
love
a
the
tw-
idea that he's never Googled what a ganassi is. Or
with a
encyclopedia.
12 with a 12 Felix, you look at him and she's like, I mean, you've heard stories about like the children of genies, but they're really varied and wild. That could be Doran. He could also be something entirely fucking else. Like
a weird world we live in.
constantly blowing hair and blue skin does not a genie make, but it doesn't not a genie make. So you're kind of like, I mean, he could be a genie. Doesn't really seem like a genie, but like he could.
I don't know. Maybe.
I just imagine that line. He's just got he's got like a half a mouthful of something. Like, I don't even know what race I am. Like, he's just fully dissociated at this point. He's just like, this world's fucking weird. I'm in a weird place. I just watched a fucking ancient dragon kind of like lose his mind. Everything's great. Like,
Hey, a few weeks ago, I had a normal job.
It's like about a month and a half ago, I was a guardsman. Now I just watched an ancient dragon crash out. Life's weird.
he's like, nothing matters anymore. Everything's fine.
Nothing.
We're already living the nightmare.
He's fully just accepted at this point that just like maybe something will drag him back to reality, but he's kind of just like,
It's like,
whatever.
For now, nothing can go wrong. Nothing will hurt me. Whatever will hurt me will arrive at some point, and I'll deal with that then.
Yes, that's I'm pretty sure that's kind of like the majority of Doran's state of mind. Is he's just like,
It's not current Doran's problem. It's later
Yes.
Doran's problem.
Later Doran's problem. I'ma hang out with this tiny dragon child who I can teach spear shit to.
pretty much.
Yep.
I will say with that, you guys wrap up your breakfast, and if there's nothing else you have to deal with Worm Speaker Fortress, do you have anything you actually want to do at Tillinen Fortress? I think the only people who would still necessarily be waiting there for you would be Mara and your grandfather, Theo. But if
I
you guys
thought he
have...
was off. I thought he was off.
No, I'm sorry, you're right. He already
He
went
left
off
to do some
Covenheim.
recruitment shit, and he got a sick new thingy that helps him with blind sight.
Yes, he has a true sight bandana wrapped around his eyes, so he looks like a dope ass. So he looks like even more of a dope ass monk than he already is.
He already was a dope ass monk. Now he just got doper.
Now he's just like, now it's like people go like, damn, that's a cool ass monk. He pulls out his bandana.
They're like,
It's
"Is
a
that fuck-
cooler ass monk.
Is that a unicorn Sam Elliott?
He is become Lee Sin.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is that Unicorn Sam Elliott? Yo, I think it is. Is Unicorn Sam Elliott a blind monk? Oh shit! Anyway, but yeah, so I guess the only person you would have necessarily to meet would either be Mara, or if you wanted to meet with High Commander Solanus to discuss anything with him. Otherwise, you can head off and meet up with Harlan and Bean before you make your.
Bean.
I assume we told those folks about what we were doing.
Yes, they know. They're aware of your plans. You guys made those plans.
Then yeah, we can head to Bean unless Doran wants to go peep with Mara one last time. One last time till we get back.
I feel like if he go, it's one of those things where he's like, I'm at a place where if I go back, I don't, it'll be more complicated than me not going back.
Oh, so no.
The only because I don't I don't know, they might.
There's nothing pressing, right?
It's more of like, would they be helpful in Covenheim? Because they're also known, but they're also because they know all the people that I know.
But they are also technically a known entity within the military
Yeah.
still.
I'm trying to
Because
think
she
of-
was a rescue.
Isn't
Yeah,
she
I don't
still
know.
recovering
Yeah,
though?
she might actually still no. She might actually. There, we don't even know if there may be another one of her still walking around. So yeah, that would actually cause more problems. So no, I'm good.
And to your point, Morgan, yeah, they are still recovering. They are in a better spot than they were. They're no longer like on death's door, but yes, they are still technically recovered. Okay, you guys head off to the
They could
Chicago
still crush
Bean.
my head between their thighs, but you know.
It would take some effort. Like it was effortless. Now they'd have to like, okay, let's set up for this. I gotta stretch first. But yeah, you guys make your way to the teleportation circle within the Wormspeak Fortress. You sort of set the crystal on the dais, and right before you guys, like, you feel like the magic sort of enter the portal, the runes on the floor begin to light up, and just as you begin to hear the feel like that squishing and stretching feeling, you hear distant, deep within the fortress from within the library, fuck, and then whoop, disappear, reappear.
Amazing.
You disappear, you reappear, and then boop, you appear right in the teleportation circle of the wonderful castle of Lord Harlan and Bean.
Quick side tangent. You said like before you experience the squishy, stretchy feeling. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I was just like, ugh.
I don't know why, but I was like, ugh.
It's the instantaneous expansion and contraction to a pin, to the size of a pin, the size of the being on the head of a pin, and then you teleport.
I had a physical reaction to you saying that, and I was just like, ugh.
I would like everybody to roll me a perception check as you arrive.
Oh boy, everybody's dead.
Why do you say these things?
7.
19.
7, 19,
Perception 12.
12. Okay. Both Doran and Theo, you see the very obvious thing very quick. You guys sort of land, and then you realize, like, you like land and like you sort of brace yourselves like you normally would for like a teleportation landing, because you're like landing on hard ground. You like brace, and that's like, boy. You look down. Every square inch of what was once stone wall on the interior of this castle has been entirely replaced as though it were a padded cell. If you look,
I
if you
had the
look
same
out,
thought. Are we baby-proofing the castle?
if you get like one of you like sort of, and it's almost got the same sort of feeling. It's like a bouncy castle. Like, so like I would say, Doran, you bounce over to the window. You can see like the stone walls on the outside are all still normal and stuff. They have fully baby-proofed the castle, and as you were all kind of looking around, it's like, this feels extreme. You hear, with a 19, Felix,
I have a feeling that this is all. God, what's his fucking name? The vampire.
Harlan, Lord Harlan's.
This is all Harlan's doing because he is the biggest diva, and he's like, my child will not be harmed no matter what. Everything must be safe.
Another
And
concept
Bean's
I
just
like.
I just let him do it. Like,
Another concept I like is that it's not necessarily baby proofing, it's pregnant bean proofing.
oh my god.
And
The
Felix,
baby, he's not worried about when the baby gets out. He's worried about what's going like the
He's
baby
worried-
as
he's-
Bean
he's-
just goes
he's-
about her daily life.
He's worried about Bean falling or something. Like
it's a little of column A and B because with a 19, Felix, you're able to hear sort of distant, like more towards the bedrooms within the castle. You hear what sounds like the soft cries of a baby waking up from a nap.
Oh.
And as you guys sort of like
Runs
as you guys sort of
away.
as you guys sort of like are like sort of standing here like realizing this, the door swings open. You see Harlan standing there. It's just like half of his hair, like so half of his body is like kempt, regal, as you would normally see Harlan and those sorts of things. And then like a dividing line right between the middle of his head, like poofed out parent afro, like disheveled, looks awful, like just like, oh, wonderful, you've arrived. I hope you like the redecorations. I was terrified for the wife and child. Anyway, come bounce this way and you can meet the family.
Fuck.
And like this entire time, Nori has been full tilt sprinting. Like, you know, like kids in a bounce house, they'll run from like one wall to the other, just back and forth, bouncing off of like the walls. She has been full on just like boing, boing, boing. Like she's the ball in a game of Pong against the walls.
as Doran bounces out of the room, I suppose, is just going to like comically just like grab Nori by like the back of the neck, like the back of like their thing as he like walks out.
Boing.
Just like she comes flying by, you hold your hand out like a baseball catch, by a baseball
Yeah.
catcher. Like, it's just like having fun.
Yeah.
If you look on both walls, there's a little indent where she was like slamming herself.
And it is just ever so slowly just going filling itself back in like
Yeah, the memory foam is very slowly expanding back out.
Jesus Christ.
She's an 8-year-old. What do you want? Like, okay, Morgan, like we all wouldn't have done the same thing with a padded room at 8 years old.
I would have done that yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. We still do it today.
I'm like, are you kidding? I would do that right now.
Forget a rage room. I need solitary confinement that's not actually solitary. Just give me a room I can bounce off the walls in. But you make your way through the castle. The hallways are much less ridiculous. Just the walls are padded. It is just the individual rooms that have like an actual function that appear to have gone through this transformation. You will, you guys make your way up to the bedroom, the main bedroom, where Bean is resting. She is on bed rest, and in a little bassinet next to the bed, you see what looks to be about maybe about a month old or so, maybe a month and a half old infant.
he's like, I
And
had this
Bean-
yesterday.
Bean looks at all of you and just like,
You're muted.
You
Something.
deafened yourself.
oh, I realized I definitely myself there.
You deafened yourself just as Bean started talking.
Okay, I realized
Yeah,
that.
so
Sorry.
You hear
I-
Bean go.
Nothing.
Okay. sorry. You, sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I deafened myself right as I said the thing. You hear Bean go. Hear Bean go. Hi, guys. So nice of you to come by and join. Meet Finian. And she sort of points to the baby in the in the bassinet. And as you look at this baby, you can see very much sort of like the more angular features that that Lord Harlan has, like the vampiric sort of features are there. You can see like if like the baby yawns, you can see like the little sharp canines as well. Like so like but you can very clearly see
I like that this baby already has fucking teeth.
yeah. The baby, it's a half vampire.
It's a
gotta
baby with a full like, hello everybody.
I know it's kind of worse because it's actually not a full set of teeth. It's the vampire canines are the only thing that have come in.
Just the
The rest is just gum.
It's just all gum.
It's gum, and then.
What's worse is that they're retractable, so like they pop out when he yawns and then retract back in when not in use.
Grandma, no.
Fucking body horror shit.
Grandma, no.
But no, it's almost a little perfect facsimile. You see like the sort of sharp elvish ears with the vampiric features, and as they open their eyes to sort of look around, you see a beautiful heterochromia between, you see one of Bean's eyes on the left and one of Harlan's eyes on the right.
Aw, just like my OC.
Can't tell if this is terrifying or adorable. Like,
I mean, the baby's
You know-
baby's pretty cute. Like it's a very cute baby. But like you can very like
it's
knowing
just
what you're looking
yawn,
at.
The yawn definitely seems unsettling.
Yeah, no, it's very much it's just
Where it's
like
like,
oh,
"Ah!"
it's like
And then
oh. It's the
Like a
it's
baby
that,
wielding a knife when you
Yeah.
first meet it.
No, what was that? It's like the TikTok
the
audio.
baby
just
yawns
like,
adorably, pulls out switchblade. Like,
No, what's that TikTok audio where it's like, oh, look at the baby, and it's like, oh, it's the big baby. It's like oh, look at the baby. Baby yawns, out pop vampire fangs. Oh,
okay.
it's a big baby.
A knife baby. Baby's gonna eat me.
But Bean sort of like picks him up and sort of cradles him. It's like, it's good to see you guys.
Is- Did it come out? Did he come out that entire size?
Oh no, you know, a couple centuries of just inadvertently eating magical powder, it does a lot of weird shit inside you, and then like just sort of like points to like, a big magical husband, and Harlan sort of like smiles at that proudly.
Wait.
Yeah, so like they're gonna grow like at a normal speed. Normally, it's just they were born super fast. And I'm very exhausted.
I just oof.
Yeah.
Like a t-shirt gun.
Kind of like a t-shirt cannon.
Look,
My God.
I suppose it's not really any of my business, but you're both magical beings, and he. If I'm,
You
if
want
I,
to know
if
the
I-
answer to whatever question you're about to ask.
No, I'm just like if it just is the padding really necessary? I mean, how?
Bean looks at you like, oh,
Because aren't
Doran,
vampires
I'm
pretty
with you.
sturdy?
Take it up with my husband. And it's just like, darling, after I lost you for 4 centuries, I'm not taking even the slightest chance that anything could happen to my 2 most precious of people in this world.
He put all the padding because padding's easier to tear through than apparently a bunch of rocks. He doesn't want the baby slipping into a crevice and then being in that crevice apparently for 400 years where he can't find it.
What? If what happens to little
like, I'm like Doran's
happens
just like
to you?
Doran's like vampires, like immune and also like resistant to like most damage, and he's just like.
It's like Doran rapidly running through his head of just like, I remember my vampire fighting manual. I would die.
That baby could probably kill me right
He's
now.
just like, that baby might have a higher armor class than me right now.
The question needed to be asked. I'm sorry.
No, it's just like, and like Bean is 100% on your side. It's like, I talk to the paranoid father, Doran, and I'm with you. Like, I mean, I will say, it was enjoyable. It's enjoyable to have like, just sort of a general sort of like bounce house. I imagine we'll probably keep one of the rooms, for little Finian, so he can, have some fun with it. And
From
like
a fun
Nori
standpoint, I agree.
He's like,
And
Nori,
honestly,
Nori
like,
pops
this
up
is
just like,
this is
it's
quite
so fun.
entertaining. I was just I don't know. I guess I wanted to make sure that I knew what I remembered from training. Like he was questioning his own training of like, I thought vampires are they fragile? Like, is my like is something wrong here? Like,
Doran running through is like, I've been lied to. I'm realizing I've been lied to a lot recently. Let's check some of my 101s real quick.
Bean's like, oh no, like Bean just like attempts to stab the child, the knife just bends. Like
It's like, oh, and like it's in terms of like strength and worry. Like she picks Finney up. He's like, like throws him 10 feet into the air towards like the total ceiling. He sort of just lands on the bed beside her. He's like, It's like, no, he's fine. It's more again, I kind of slipped through a crack in the wall, and if there's no cracks in the wall, Beaneth, then you can't fall through one. It's like Harlan in the corner. I don't sound like that.
You sounded like critical.
All right, so I suppose we, for brevity's sake, we explain to them what's happened.
Yes, and he's like, they sort of look at you. He's like, oh,
and
that's
also the fantastical crash out of Dashgar.
Actually, it's like as soon as you describe the fantastical crash out of Dashgaram, you watch as Harlan just sort of reaches into his pocket, and hands a small coin pouch over to Bean. It's like, easiest money I've made in my fucking life. Okay. Well, I like your plan, turning the entire city against the Empire, especially when things are so in flux. That's a really great idea. It's a pretty solid plan. Trying to think.
Are you just, was that sarcasm?
No. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of like, okay, that's a pretty good plan. What can we do to help?
Well, it's a place to start. I mean, obviously, we're gonna need more than one city.
Oh, absolutely. But no, that's a real good start. So, darling, do you still have that old? No, I know you don't like talking about your past. Obviously, you're a much better person than you are now. But
You used to be a little tiny little asshole gnome.
You wouldn't still happen to have the keys to your old frat house, would you?
Sorry, what?
And as soon as he says that, darling.
Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Darling, we talked about this. My past is my past. Sweetie, I hate to do this, but Protocol 1, the end of the world, means that no one cares that you used to be an evil vampire lord. That's not what you are now. You're my husband and Finian's very lovely father, and you're going to help us save the world this time instead of trying to plunge it into 1,000 years of darkness like last time.
It specifically says in our prenup that if the world starts to end, you have to give me the location of the frat house.
And then, like, as you guys are all watching this conversation, like, Nori kind of tugs at you, Theo. What's a frat house?
It is a terrible place where horrible things happen. Decisions are made, foolish decisions are made inside. So
Felix, what's a frat house?
If we must enter one, we will need to cleanse it.
Okay. Felix, what's actually a frat house?
Alcohol and sex.
I can see why we need to clean
gas for covers her ears. Gas.
I appreciate that Nori. I appreciate this new development in Nori that I just decided this very moment. Weird. I have free will like that. I like that Nori now realizes Theo's gonna lie to me about what the thing is. Felix won't.
To be fair, I feel like my description was still better than alcohol and sex.
I mean, both of your descriptions were truthful. One was more truthful.
Mine was not
No,
untruthful.
one was more specific and explicit. The other one was more vague yet widespread among its telling of what actually happens.
And as this is all happening, like Harlan's finally like,
All right, dear.
he reaches into his robes and he pulls out like this rusted over, like
Oh.
comically sized like skeleton key
Oh.
made of brass, and it's like,
So,
Do you think he was going with that, Hannah?
where?
It started with he pulls out his robe. Oh, rusted. Oh. Key. Oh.
He kind of holds this key in front of him. It's like,
all right. So, there may have been a time, and you actually might have met him. The sort of persona and character that I had when you met me in the mines. That was the old me. Blood guts, vampiric lord bent on world domination to plunge you all into 1,000 years of darkness as my slaves.
Shampoo.
Yes.
Shampoo
So-
obsession.
Thank
I mean,
God
listen,
Doran
we
wasn't
all
there
have-
for this.
Listen, we all have our hobbies.
yeah, Doran's just like, this sounds familiar, but I wasn't here.
What does the shampoo thing even mean?
But no, it's like,
So, yes, that was the old me. Ironically enough, it was my dear lovely wife Bean here who, while I was on my rampant tear of death and destruction, well, she helped me to see the error of my ways by very humbly and effectively beating the shit out of me. But you know what and like sort of kind of looks at all of you, and then like eyes stop on Doran. Doran, I feel like you and I have a mutual understanding when a woman, you know, maybe not necessarily
woman.
twice your size, but with a strength eclipsing your own, just pummeling, beating, and destroying you from an inch of your life, making you realize the true definition of weakness. Well,
I have no
I think
idea
you-
what you're talking about.
Doran's like, why are you reading me for filth? I don't know you.
Doran's like apples halfway to his mouth.
I've known,
No, what?
I've known you for 10 minutes.
It's like, but when it's like,
I know you like it that way.
When you, a fellow pinnacle and pillar of strength, realize it is but an illusion to something greater than you,
And you just get the biggest boner.
and your life changes. All thoughts of world domination ceased to exist.
You remember that, Doran? Remember about your world domination?
I don't like this.
Remember how you wanted to dominate the world till you met Mara and she beat the shit out of you?
I don't
You
think
remember that?
I don't think Doran has come to grips with these feelings he may or may not have, and so he's just like, I don't what.
You know how you want him to dominate you so bad?
You seem like a
Who
kind.
and what are you
seem-
talking about?
You seem like a kindred spirit. You know how you just.
Doran,
like a
my
nasty
fellow
little boy.
bottom, I can sense you a mile away.
Doran's like,
I can tell you're a nasty little freak.
Listen, us nasty little
I
freaks
just like the idea that,
have to
that
keep
he's,
together.
I like the idea that he's talking like this at Doran, and Doran's, got the apple. He's like, and it's just, and then Theo and Felix are just slowly like turning their heads to look at Doran.
And he's just like, and he's like, he continues his story, just like, and well, as soon as that occurred, like, all thoughts of world domination left. My only and singular desire had to be understanding this greater power that had simply, on a whim, destroyed me. I was nothing to her, and as he's
Smash cut
recounting
to
this,
Bean like doing flossing.
as he's recounting the story, all of you look at Bean. She's got like the biggest Cheshire cat grin on her face, just like so pleased with herself, just like no, keep talking about how fucking awesome I am. Yeah, no, keep doing it.
I
Good
thought
boy.
It'd
That's
be funny
right.
if she was like like the most powerful being, and then smash cut to Bean being unable to reach a cabinet and going gets a stick. Get it.
It would have been more funny
So strong.
if she was still pregnant doing that. Like just
She walked from the bathroom. Honey, we're out of toilet paper.
Her pregnancy obviously notwithstanding. She and as soon as I had a new pursuit, a new goal in life to understand Bean,
And knock her up.
well, I went home. I closed up shop.
Sorry, Morgan.
Put all of my vampire thrall and sort of underling vampires on ice and to sleep.
I'm sorry, what?
Started a. Hang on a second. He looks at his
So are
watch.
you saying this is the key to your
Giant vampire freezer?
giant vampire harem sex dungeon?
It's not a
Are
harem
you
sex
saying
dungeon.
there's a bunch of vampires on ice in this house?
They are technically in the basement, but yes. I also. Hang on a second. Ah,
This is
excellent. And if my math is correct,
You said frat house, so I'm like.
Well, I mean, it was a frat house. My sort of cover was I'm so sorry. I was the Lord of Partying, dude. Oh God, it felt awful to say that.
Morgan's leaving.
Yes. Listen, we all need covers,
Viewers,
and I needed an
listeners,
easy
Morgan
way
didn't
to
like
get
that.
thrall. Listen, when you're recruiting a vampire army to take over the world, it doesn't really matter what recruits you get because your vampiric powers are going to do a lot of the heavy lifting at that point. And listen, drunk college kids are easy fucking pickings. Especially after, the world seemed to have ended and, dragons are enslaving half of us, and then the other half are like, oh no, we don't really know what to do. We want to fight our family, interpersonal conflicts and all that sort of stuff. Where are the gods at? So, it's pretty easy to recruit people to your partying and sex cult when you promise them eternal life as a vampire. I'm just saying.
He's just saying, guys.
Bean
Vampire cults are not unlike frats, is what he's saying.
Bean pipes up. It's like, I saw some of his recruiting material. It wasn't half bad. There was a reason
Doran
I
has
was
so
sent to
many-
stop him.
Doran has so many questions he doesn't want the answer to, so he's going to continue to dissociate and go, This is fine. Everything's fine. What are we doing? Why are we going
Here's
to
the good
thing?
news. Here's the good news. I did as part of my penance. This was the only way that Bean would agree to go on a first date with me.
How does this help us?
Well, it's going to help you greatly. Now, I left a special set of instructions to play subconsciously through all of my thrall and whatever vampire kin that I had left there, because, unfortunately, some had died in my attempts at conquest. Some were just, taken out by other, good do-gooders and things like that. Anyone who's left there should have just gotten done with their 150 years or so, give or take, of therapy instructions that I gave them. So, when you arrive, I'm gonna go 90% likely, they're going to greet you like I would. There's a 10% chance you might have to kill a couple vampires. But 90% certainty, when you arrive and unlock the door, the house will come back to life. All of my thralls should wake up, and they will be able to aid you in your eventual takeover of the city.
We're going to open that door, and it's going to be like, Toga, Toga.
Why can't you open the door?
Because myself and Bean, well, not Bean, she has to stay and take care of Diofinian. I will be traveling to the continent of Volocross to be family reunion. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Which makes it more suspicious.
Bean sort of look. Bean sort of gives him a
Doran,
look, and
Doran's just like, okay, fine. Hey, just give me the key. And he's
It's like-
already kind of just like ready. Let's go.
It's like,
It's the scene.
one more thing. I would suggest, if you would not mind, taking Braneth with you. He has recovered fully, and I believe he's very desperate to get back to the Wormspeaker Fortress. But fortunately, we don't have the ability to get him back here. All of our teleportation crystals are sort of out of juice, as it were. Can only receive. But I'm assuming if you are successful in Covenheim, you will maybe be able to get him there as well. He's looking to learn a couple of things since he's been working on his powers as of recently. And Braneth, oh, there you are, sir. And you guys see Braneth. First time you've probably seen him in like, I want to say like 3-4 months, maybe 5 months at this point.
Perhaps the first time Doran is meeting Brenneth.
Who the fuck is Brenneth?
Actually, no, that's true. Doran, this will be the first time. This will be the first time you meet him. A drow walks in. They are young. Appear to be maybe just about 50 years old, if that. They are very, very young.
As in underage, but you know that already.
Yeah. However, something that's very striking about this drow is that their skin, like at first glance, their skin almost appear to have a skin condition, but you notice that like kind of like on like their extremities, so like their legs and arms, running from fingertips basically up to like the shoulder, kind of up the neck a little bit, you start to see dragon scales, like almost a dragon scale pattern is starting to form on their skin. As they look at all of you, it's like, oh, good to see you lot again. It's been a little while. Looks at you, Doran. Sorry, you know, I'm Braneth. These two, and I believe his name was Finian. They rescued me from Merishane about, I think, 4-6 months back. So. I'm Brenneth, I'm pretty sure I'm a half dragon. At this point, kind of hard to deny. He kind of holds his hand out to shake yours, Doran. Did Alex freeze?
Alex freeze. No,
Oh,
he
okay.
just didn't blink and just stayed in the same position.
You were so perfectly still.
This is exactly what Doran is doing right now. He's just like,
for the viewers at home, Doran is
he is
pensive.
frozen like a statue, just pensive.
He's just like, he's trying so hard. There's so much being thrown at him, and he's just. He kind of just hands the key over to Theo and walks out of the room because he just needs to go sit down for a second.
He's like,
or he no explanation. He just like.
As you walk out of the room, you hear Bean go, 3 lefts will get you to the kitchen and the bar's fully stocked.
Mhm.
With that, Brand's like, oh, I suppose that's fair. No, it's good to see you lot. And and he like he sees Nori. It's like, oh, and Theo, who's this?
Oh, this is Nori. She's a dragon.
His eyes kind of go wide as the. Congratulations. My God. Wow, that's wow. And like he's looking, he's like, Theo, please roll me an insight check on Ori.
Got bigger. My plus 15.
15. Okay. I think it's like you feel an interesting you feel like a strange like tinge of like almost red or pink in like the emotional spectrum that you and Nori sort of share. Like obviously you can converse mentally and like have actual conversations, but most of your connection is emotional. Like she will feel what you feel. It's almost subconscious. There's like you feel like a twist within her almost like, and like you feel like a twist within her, and like you like look down at her, and she's like sort of staring intensely up at Braneth, and then like you look back at her and she's like, oh no. And it's like it's the first time she's like ever seeing another person like her, and like she can sense sort of the draconic energies within him. You feel like the first like twist, like the first like little inkling little twist of like, does Nori have a fucking crush on Braneth because he's another dragon? Because she's starting to age up a little bit, and her development is much more rapid. I think she's now officially a young dragon.
Yeah, well, yeah, you said but you also said she's between the ages of 8 and 10, essentially.
No, that's what her human form appears as. Because her draconic maturity is still the same. So her maturity and Braneth's draconic maturity are at the same level. They're both young dragons.
Okay.
But you see, she's like, she like sort of looks at him and is like,
well, he's older, but she's like a small like preteen having a freaking crush on a teenager.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's very much like the 12-year-old sees like the 14-year-old older brother for the first time. It's just like, oh, he's pretty. Like it's very like I think like that's the overwhelming like emotion you get from Nori. She's like, it's like Nori's like she's like, it's nice to meet you, and like just the wave you get from her. Theo is just like, oh, he's pretty, and he plays instruments. Why is he so pretty? He's too pretty. He's like he's Felix pretty. That's too pretty. Why is he that pretty?
It's like the boy band effect.
Exactly. It's 100% just like she's like a little angry about it almost. Like, why is he so fucking pretty?
Louise Belchering. the Louise Belcher effect.
Exactly.
Like,
she's like,
boo boo.
I've actually been watching a lot of like Bob's Burgers. I've been rewatching a lot, so like that was immediately what I thought of. I was
but she's just like, I want to slap him. Oh, girl, you got it bad.
Yeah, and she's like,
you mean kiss? No, I mean slap. Oh shit, you got it bad.
Nori looks at him and she's like, it's nice to meet you. You're coming with us? And he's like, yeah, hopefully. I feel as though I've got to contribute to all of this. And more importantly, I think I need to sort of figure out who I am, as well as
I like how his accent slowly changes.
Yeah, it's like as he sort of settles into
a second ago.
He was Cockney, and then he turned into the vampire.
Yeah, no, I realized that as it was happening. I was trying to reverse it a bit. It's like he's like no, it's sort of a thing where I feel as though I need to contribute to some way, shape, or form. But honestly, the big thing is I feel as though I need access to the library at Wormspeaker Fortress. There's some my dreams have been telling me things that require research.
Oh,
It's a joy holiday with Mary.
Thank you.
Mary makes the world so grand. Sorry.
I hate when my dreams tell me what to do.
It's the worst, isn't it?
I hate that. It's the worst thing ever.
So yes, yes, Nori, I'll be coming with you for this bit of the journey, if that's all right. And she narrows her eyes at him. Narrows her eyes at him and it's like, all right, just don't touch my spears. He's like,
she's the fucking get out of my school post.
Whatever that means, I won't touch your spears.
What the fuck is the get out of my school post? I need
oh my god, you don't remember that? It's like a Tumblr post of like, one time when I was in middle school, I had a crush on a boy and I didn't know how to express it, so I wrote him a letter that just said, get out of my school.
Yeah, that's Nori.
That's amazing.
That's Nori right now.
Get
She
out
doesn't
of
know how
my
to do.
school.
She doesn't know how to deal with this crush. With that, we'll smash cut to Doran. Doran, you found the kitchen. The liquor is very expensive, and there's like some salami and cheese sort of sitting out. A couple grapes. You got a charcuterie board just kind of sitting there, just like excellent.
Yeah, he's not really trying to get smashed. He's just like he just needed a moment.
Just, you're in this expansive kitchen. I suppose like the big thing that just sort of draws your eye is just like, oh wow, this kitchen's beautiful. Right, the fucking walls are padded still. What is going on here?
What a beautiful.
I will grab one of the
all the liquor bottles are padded.
The nice like top shelf, because he's like, first he comes in like, oh god, I just. Oh wow, that's real nice. Like he just he's like, I'm not gonna pass up that opportunity to like grab like a nice neat glass of something expensive.
You spy on the top shelf. It's just a brown bottle. It is dusty and like old. The label is peeling off. The only thing you can see written on it that is still legible is aged 400 years. That's the only thing you see. You see that, it's just like, pull that out.
That's got to be expensive.
You uncork it. You uncork it as you take a whiff of it. The aroma that hits you, it's earthy, robust, and almost like dark chocolate in its power. Like as you pour it out, like its consistency is just almost that of like a syrup, but like it flows,
but a little bit less.
Yeah, it just a slightly more viscous, like almost like really runny honey, like heated, like very runny honey is almost the consistency. It's an amber, and it's like a swirling, almost yin yang color of amber gold and like dark chocolatey brown. And as you swirl it, and as like you sort of swirl the glass, like the two mix in sort of like a whirlpool almost. As you take the drink, you feel like a spark of energy run across your tongue.
Ooh.
And the flavor profile is that of like peat and smoke at first, like almost like you almost like want to like cough, and like almost like it's so smoky it's almost unbearable. But as like that heat passes, a like warming like almost a warm fire sort of effect takes place on your palate, and then different roasted flavors of like almost cake and like candy, roasting sugar and sweetness all flows over, like, and then
caramel.
Mix. Yeah, almost. And it's all actually, no, a perfect description would be your tongue is the pan in which caramel is actively being made, and finishing the drink, that caramel solidifies, it sort of slides down your throat. You just have like the entire experience of drinking this takes about 30 seconds, but it's like quite literally as though like your tongue was a stainless steel pan in which caramel was being made, and it's insane.
That's definitely gonna distract me from what I'm trying to.
It's probably single. You can see, it's like, okay, just stick that back up on the shelf. So coming back for that one.
And I'm going to very slowly drink my. And I
probably
poured like half a quarter glass of like one of those like nice like
probably about 2 shots
whiskey glasses. Yeah,
two shots worth. Each sip is a different experience. So like in the first sip it was caramel. The second one is like a roast dinner almost. The third one is
this is some sort of magical whiskey.
More the third one is, and then you realize by the end of it, it is taking you through a full meal. So there was an appetizer course. There was an entree.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's right. It's almost like the Willy Wonka whiskey, but like it takes you through like almost a full course meal by the time you're done with the drink, and it's like legitimately ends on dessert. The last thing, it tastes like roasted vanilla bean ice cream and brownies.
Vanilla bean.
If anything, this confuses him even more. He's like, I just wanted
He will never be free.
an old, like, simple drink, and then he's having this, like, full-on, like, magical experience, and at the end of it, he's still just like, motherfucker. Like he can't get away from it.
It's just like, that was the single most incredible drinking experience I might have ever had in my life. God fucking damn it! I will say with that, you guys are all able to sort of reconnect. I'll say you all can sort of meet in the kitchen. Branith looks at you and says,
wants to have a one-on-one with Doran.
I'll say Branith. Actually, Branith enters first. Like, looks at you. It's like, oh, fuck. I've always wanted to take a shot at that. How was it?
He has no
It's your
idea
child.
he has no idea what I just drank.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll say he sees you put the bottle back as he walks in. He's just like, oh, that stuff. So I've been too terrified to take a drink of that. It looks incredible. How was it?
He's thinking.
Oh, say that again.
He kind of like looks over at him and just kind of like with like a almost kind of just glazed look on his face. He's just like, probably the best thing I've ever drank. And he kind of like widely just like still eyes just kind of glazed over, just turns back to just kind of staring into nothing.
I'll say with this, like, Nori's gonna sidle up to you and sit next to you at the bar and kind of like leans forward, matches your pose, Doran, and you just feel her sort of like reach over and just like pat you on like your lower back. She can't reach your shoulder. She like, sort of pats you on the lower back like she would like a fellow bar person. It's like, I think I kind of know how you feel nowadays. It's weird. World's weird.
Yeah.
Going into puberty.
Honestly, probably like if anything,
She's gonna be
Doran's like
depressed.
Nori's like the only one that like Doran can even remotely relate to, because even though she's a like magical fucking dragon being, she's still kind of like learning about everything.
She's just as she is
She's
also
just as
Doran.
fresh. She's just as fresh out the womb as you are.
Yeah.
Doran is like, I feel it's like Doran's just sitting there. It's like, I was a regular ass soldier. Now I'm help saving the world with dragon riders. The only person I relate to is a 9-year-old dragon. Fuck. I cannot relate to the two people closest to my own age. I relate to the 9-year-old.
Whee!
This child is my kindred spirit.
This is my emotional support, Nori. If anything happens to her, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Yeah, if anything,
That's
Doran's
my
probably
daughter.
mostly emotionally attached himself to Nori, but almost as kind of like that, like uncle-y, like you're a child in my life who I would protect, and and I relate to, and you're cool, and I feel like I can just kind of chill with you because you're just as confused as I am.
It's
we
beautiful.
Can vibe.
And with that, as you all, I'll say for the sake of brevity, you all gather in the kitchen and prepare your next steps. That is where we'll end our episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media channels at Dances with Dice. When you use the hashtag DWDcast or DWDart, we'll use you as named NPCs in the show. Thank you so much, and join us every single Tuesday for new episodes of Dances with Dice.